You know that feeling when you're walking past a mirror and you suddenly have to look. Not because you wanna, but because something compels you? That's what I've become. That feeling. That tug at the back of your brain. The hair standing up on your neck. The silence when a reflection doesn't match your movement. It's me now. Or it's what's inside me. I try to go back to normal. Back to my apartment. Back to my job. But people looked at me differently. A co-worker asked if I was wearing colored contacts. Said my eyes looked glassy. Too dark. Someone else asked if I'd lost weight. I hadn't, but my reflection had. In fact, it didn't look like me anymore. Not fully. There was something wrong with the smile. It was too confident, like it knew something I didn't. 3 days after the asylum, my neighbor's cat vanished. That night, I had a dream. I saw myself in a mirror, kneeling by something fuzzy, small, unmoving. When I woke up, my hand smelled like blood. I went back to the warehouse. The man who had helped me, who'd taught me everything, was gone, but the mirrors were still there. Except now they were uncovered. All of them, dozens of reflections. And in each one, I was standing in the background, watching. I started following people who had posted on the Ones Who See forum. I don't even know why. Curiosity? Instinct? One of them lived 2 hours away. A woman named Claire, mid-30s, said the mirror had shown her son's drowning a week before it happened. She tried to burn it. Didn't work. Nothing does. I parked across from her house for 2 nights, just watching. On the 3rd night, I saw her standing in her living room window, looking into her hallway mirror. She didn't blink, didn't move. Then she collapsed. I didn't go in. I didn't call anyone. I just watched. And inside I felt not horror, not panic, just calm, like watching something unfold the way it was always meant to. That's when I understood I wasn't being haunted anymore. I was part of it. A week later, I stood in front of my bathroom mirror. My reflection didn't copy me. It smiled before I did, tilted its head the opposite way. Then it said, clearly and without sound, "Are you ready to show them?" I didn't answer. I just nodded, because it's not just about seeing anymore. It's about sharing. That's how it spreads. Not just through blood or vision, but through awareness. And you're part of it now. You read the first part of the story and thought, wow, that's scary. You read the second part and thought, Lila's probably gone. You kept reading. Even now, your picture in the mirror, its frame, the glass, your own reflection. That's all it needs. You thought about it. You saw it in your mind. And now it sees you. Soon, you'll notice things. Little changes. Lights flickering when you pass a mirror. Reflections blinking wrong. Maybe the mirror fogs over while you're in the shower and a word appears. A name. Maybe yours. Maybe someone else's. Someone close to you. And if you see a vision, an accident, a fire, a fall, don't ignore it. Because ignoring it won't stop it. It never does. Eventually, the mirror will ask you something. It might be a whisper in your dreams, or a message in your hallway glass. But it'll come. And when it does, you'll know you're no longer just watching. You're a part of the reflection now. Her name is Raina Voss. She doesn't believe in curses. Not anymore. Because she spent the last 10 years tracking mirrors that kill. She calls them reflections. There are 117 confirmed, 7 still unaccounted for. The one you read about, the one I had, she's been looking for it for a very long time. And now, she's found me. I first saw her outside a gas station in Nevada, middle of nowhere. I was just passing through, trying not to look at any shiny surfaces. She stared at me too long, not with fear, not with recognition, with intent, like she knew what I'd become. 2 nights later, she was in the same motel as me, room across the hall. And then I heard the knock, not on the door, on the mirror, just 3 slow taps from inside the glass. I didn't look, not at first, but then I heard her voice from inside the mirror. You're not the first it's tried to keep, but I'll be the last it needs. I smashed the mirror with a lamp. Glass flew everywhere. Silence followed. Then a knock at the door. Not the mirror, the door. I opened it, and she was standing there, real, breathing, and she had a bag of mirrors. Room 13, huh? She said. Figures. I asked her what she wanted. She held up a Polaroid. It was a photo of me, asleep, mouth open, eyes half-lidded. Only my reflection in the mirror behind me, it was wide awake, smiling. You've been chosen, she said, or infected, or corrupted. Depends which cult's journal you read. I asked her how she found me. She tapped her temple. They talk. If you've heard them, they've heard you. We sat in the corner of my room. Lights off, mirrors covered. She told me her story. Her father was one of the first. He bought an antique hand mirror from a traveler in Marrakesh. Within 3 days, he was speaking in a voice not his own, carving symbols into his walls, drawing faces that weren't his. On the 7th day, he gouged out his eyes with a mirror's silver backing. Raina was 9. She saw the whole thing. But when she looked in the broken mirror afterward, she didn't see her reflection. She saw me, not me as I am now, me as I'd be. She said she's been hunting that image for 10 years. That every mirror with death, inside it points back to one origin. The root, the one I carried, the one I thought I destroyed. But I didn't destroy it. Not really. Because when I smashed it, the glass didn't fight back. It wanted to be broken. Because broken things spread. Shards, splinters, fragments in bathroom sinks, store windows, car side mirrors. Every little piece of that original glass. Still lives. And it uses us to carry them. That's what Raina's doing. Hunting the fragments. One by one. She has 37 locked in lead boxes. Marked, bound. She says if she collects all of them, she might be able to find the core and destroy for real. But there's a cost. Each fragment carries a piece of him. Ellis Crane, the man who first spoke to the mirror, the first watcher. Every time she traps a mirror, she hears him whisper, "I see you now." She thinks the final piece is inside me, not just metaphorically. She believes I'm carrying the root shard, the one that started it all. She wants to cut it out, literally. "Don't worry," she said. "I've done it before. We're in a barn now, somewhere remote, mirrors hanging from every beam. Some are cracked, some foggy, some seem to show nothing at all." She lights a circle of candles. She draws a sigil on my chest with salt water and ash. "You're not the first," she says, "but maybe you'll be the last." Then she lifts the knife, but before it touches me, I see something behind her, in every mirror. Not me, not Raina, something else, something waiting. And all the mirrors begin to hum, low, deep, and then a voice. Let her cut. Let me out. I black out. When I wake up, Raina is gone. So is the knife. But there's blood on the mirrors. Not mine. And one word, smeared across the largest one. Free. I don't know what was freed. Me? It? Ellis? All I know is this. I'm not afraid anymore. I don't feel like prey. I feel like a messenger. And everywhere I go, gas stations, hotel lobbies, restrooms, people see me, then they see themselves, then they scream. Because the mirror doesn't need to exist in glass anymore. It exists in thought, in stories, in what you just imagine. And if you pictured it, if you've seen it, it has you now too. They found Raina's body in a field of shattered glass, her eyes carved into mirrors. I kept walking. No need to run anymore. The mirror wasn't chasing me. It was me. Now, every screen, window, and reflection holds a sliver of its truth. People see their deaths, their regrets, their worst fears, and then they come true. You read this. You imagined it, and that's all it takes. So when your mirror fogs tonight and a handprint appears from inside, don't touch it. It already knows your name. And now, it's waiting for you to look.